So, you picked Amigo. Marvel vs. Capcom was such a big success, you know they was gonna make a Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and oh my goodness, the roster. Like, this was one of the most biggest rosters out there during the time, and people loved it. They, of course, had all the famous Street Fighters, and of course, some of the best X-Men. But then, Capcom had the obscure characters like, people know Jin and Captain Commander from the last one, but they didn't really know them like that. Then you had Hayato and Sun Sun, and of course, one of the biggest, most shrouded in mystery characters, Amigo. Now, not many information has been let out about Amigo. Most people say that he had an upcoming game and this game was to promote it. Kind of like how Marvin Roy was in Super Smash Bros. When North America knew nothing about Fire Emblem. Now, the biggest rumor is that he was going to be the newest character in the next Darkstalkers games. Which kind of makes sense because you know how most Darkstalker characters had that gimmicky super? He had a gimmicky super. And he kind of makes sense and looks like he fits in a Darkstalkers game. So I always believed that as a kid, but there's no 100% fact proof on that. But honestly, I feel like that was the closest thing to it being right. It's the best theory that we have about Amigo. And of course, the first time seeing Amigo, I was like, it's a Mexican cactus. But also now thinking about it, really? A Mexican cactus? Really, Capcom? As Amigo, your job is to, well, kind of just annoy the character with your good distance poke attacks. Like, he's pretty good at a mid-range with a good lot of pokes because his limbs stretch. And he does a good amount of damage with his super. But, this is Marvel, baby. And if you're not an X-Men character, you're kind of not that good. Okay, Amigo's normals are somewhat okay, but his best thing would be his heavy punch, since it's a stretching, multi-hitting attack. Same with his jumping heavy kick, which he turns his foot into a drill, which hits about 4 to 5 times depending on when you activate it. So it's pretty decent. It applies pressure when you're coming on the offensive with him. So yeah, those are two of his best moves. His launcher is his crouching second part of his light punch, and same thing with his light kick. So if you're crouching, do light punch, they get launcher. Same thing with crouching, light kick. His standing heavy kick is somewhat of an anti-air, but it easily trades, so you kind of not want to do that. But when it comes to anti-airing people, other than his really good anti-air super, he kind of fails when it comes to knocking people out the air. Amigo has 4 special moves: Ball Attack, Plant Spike, Little Cactus Grab, and Little Cactus Sweep. Now, Ball Attack is basically like him doing a rushing tackle. He turns into like a pumpkin and just comes charging at you. It can also be done in the air, and you can kind of use it for air mix-ups if you time it right. Problem with a little bit of mix-up, what you can do in the air with it, they can kind of duck it. It's his best combo ender, and it travels pretty far, so it's a really good move. Next move is Plant Spikes, which is somewhat of an anti-air. It's kind of like how Shimigorath turns into a ball and comes twirling at you in an arc. It's kind of like that. It's also good in juggling, especially if they're in the corner. You can get like a lot of damage off of it if they're sitting in the corner. But again, you're better off just doing Ball Attack. After Ball Attack, you can also do one of his supers. Now, Little Cactus Grab and Little Cactus Swipe are kind of near the same thing. One is a grab, which is unblockable, and the other one is, well, the cactus just comes attacking at you. Both of these can be comboed off, but the window is extremely small. So most people just use these things just to annoy people, because you can stop them by punching them, but since they're so small, they have to do a crouching punch. And while they're dealing with that, if they choose to, you can go down on the offensive, or they will try to get you, and while they're busy with you, the cactus can interrupt their combo. So it's kind of like Catch-22. It's kind of hard to pick and choose one you want to do, especially if they go for the grab one, because the grab is unblockable, and you can't tell which one they're about to do because both cactuses look exactly the same. Now for his hyper supers, anti-air vine. This move does a lot of damage. The problem is it's kind of like Ken's anti-air, it goes straight up. So it's kind of hard to catch people off guard sometimes if they just jump up right above you. But it's somewhat easily combo into. His launchers, both his launchers combo into it very well. And yeah, it does a lot of damage. Now, his other one, which makes me think that, yeah, he was supposed to be a Darkstalkers character because this one's gimmicky just like all the other Darkstalkers characters who always have that one random super. It's his Hyper Plant Grab, where he puts his arm in the ground and it comes out like a little Venus flytrap and when it catches you, he throws you inside his head and starts dancing around doing damage, even though it doesn't count as like a combo. So if you get hit by the plant, it just counts as one hit, even though you still see your health going down. And then he spits you out. That's it. It's funny to look at, but you're better off just doing that anti-air vine super. It's also somewhat easy to combo into. You can combo into it like right after your heavy punch or your ball attack. But again, you're better off trying to catch the anti-air vine because it does way more damage. And his assist. His A assist is a heal where he drops a fruit and you get a little bit of health back. I've never been a fan of the heal types because, yeah, you don't really get that much back. It just fills up the red bar, so unless you got a lot of red bar. But you're all better off just switching and let it heal, but you know, some people can do the snapback. But I've never been a fan of the heal types. Then he has enhanced type for B, where he drops a fruit again, but this time he gives you defense up. Again, blah. And then for his balance type, he does the ball attack, which I say prefer better because you can better apply pressure with the other character with assist moves. So yeah, I usually go for balance type when I pick him. And all three, when it do hyper team assist, is all anti-air vine. Amigo is a great fighter, but his assists kind of lacking, and his hypers not that really good. Anti-air vine is good, but again, it's an anti-air. I think he's a decent starter when you start the match and you want to overwhelm your opponent quickly before he gets meter. But other than that, he's kind of terrible, and yeah, I would rather have a different assist than him. All in all, he's an okay character, but watch out for his super, because then you'll see his Amigo asses.